Subscribe to our YouTube channel and press the bell icon to get the latest updates.
I'm with Mr. Saugata Roy, Trinamool Congress MP from Dum Dum constituency in West Bengal, and Mr. Jagannathan, Executive Director of Swarajya magazine, a magazine which is of right-wing persuasion and supports the BJP government in power. Gentlemen, welcome to the Print Debates.
Hi.
Mr. Roy, my first question is to you. A group of MPs of the Trinamool Congress have flown into Delhi. You've just met the Election Commission with regards to West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee's injury just a couple of days ago. What was your conversation like with the Election Commission, and why did you have to rush to Delhi to meet him?
Our main purpose of visit to Delhi by our 6-member delegation was to highlight the incident in which our Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee was injured and is lying in hospital. We wanted the Election Commission to have a high-level inquiry, high-level impartial investigation into the same. We linked this incident to the fact that in West Bengal, Election Commission carried out several changes in the police. They removed the DG of police. They also removed the ADG, law and order. After this, there were tweets by the...
But are you saying that the Election Commission is not being impartial?
We said that they must not only be impartial, but they must also appear to be impartial. When the DG of a state is suddenly removed, questions arise. Of course, the Election Commission said that they had not done it. They are police observer, which is under them. They did it. But, well, we told them that you must appear to be impartial also. Why remove all the officers at one go? We also mentioned the several messages, tweets by BJP leaders, where they said that Mamata will have a big fall in Nandigram. This was by Dilip Ghosh, then one MP, Soumitra Khan, and of course their Prime Minister on 7th March. He said Mamata's scooty will fall in Nandigram. He said, लेकिन जब स्कूटी ने नंदीग्राम में गिरना तय किया है तो मैं क्या करें? So we linked the three incidents. One, attack on Mamata. Two, the statement by BJP leaders. Three, removal of senior police officer by the Election Commission. We said that this gives rise to doubt, and we want that a thorough impartial inquiry should be made. The Election Commission had a 1 hour and 10-minute discussion with us. At the end, they said that we'll look into. They didn't say no to our proposal. They also, Election Commission said that the commission is impartial. I said that it's good that you are impartial, but you must also appear to be so. Sometimes it doesn't appear to us. They said that we'll take whatever steps we can. This is the sum total of our...
Sure. Mr. Jagannathan, can I ask you to come in here? Do you feel that the Trinamool Congress is worried? Clearly, Mamata Banerjee has suffered a grievous injury. She is lying in hospital. Why do you think that the BJP is making these charges against her? And why do you think that the centre, for example, has asked for these senior police officials to be recalled? Is it that the BJP is nervous about the fact that Mamata Banerjee could be winning Bengal again?
Yeah, I think both parties are nervous. The reality is that the stakes are very high in West Bengal, and Trinamool knows that it will not do as well as it did in 2016. The BJP knows that it has got the buzz around it. It can probably occupy a significant opposition space, but it does not know that it will actually cross the hump, which is about 150 and odd seats. So I think both the parties are nervous. Neither of them can take this election for granted. Mamata Banerjee has realized that this is going to be a fight to the finish, and she has to make sure that her party crosses the finish line. Both parties are going to politicize every single incident all the way to the last polling date, and also on polling day, on the results day, because they will say some EVM has not been counted or that some counting is. So this is the script now. Whether you like it or not, any guy slipping on any banana peel will be seen as a plot by the other side. So that's what happened with Mamata. I think an accident has been converted into something else. And things that were mentioned in a very metaphorical sense, that she's going to fall from a scooty and things like that, those are not meant to be taken literally as though she's actually going to fall, right? She didn't fall from a scooty in this case, in any case.
But certainly a banana, she did not fall on a banana peel. I mean,
I know. But if she does, it will be maintained that the banana was thrown by the BJP. So anyway, the point I'm trying to make is both sides are going to make wild allegations. They're going to say that the field is not level, and because neither of them is sure that they're going to win. Very simple.
Mr. Roy, what do you think? Are you nervous about the BJP? After all, it is.
Jyoti, we have made our assessments. We're going to get a clear majority from all the surveys made by us. Even the surveys made by C Voter, ABP, they also say that we are getting a majority. Our survey says that BJP will not be reaching the halfway mark. As far as the incident in which Mamata Banerjee was injured is concerned, I know the BJP line is to say that this was an accident. This is mountain is being made of a molehill. We consider that very lowly, in the sense that a woman is injured. She is a chief minister. Everybody has some responsibility about the matter, and to take it as another slippage on a banana peel is somewhat demeaning.
Yes, it is certainly not. Yes, absolutely.
Normally, one should say that we sympathize with her. She is in pain. We wish her speedy recovery, but banana peels are being discovered. That is unfortunate.
No, I would agree with you that obviously she has not slipped on a banana peel. I think that was a turn of phrase that Mr. Jagannathan used, probably an unfortunate one. But as he has clarified, it's a metaphor. And I think everybody sympathizes with the fact that that Mamata Di is in hospital. She is grievously injured, and we wish her well, and we wish her back into the campaign as soon as possible. But Mr. Roy, can I just ask you one question, which is that do you consider today that the BJP has become your chief challenger, your chief rival in fighting this election?
No, there is no doubt about this. Earlier, in 2011 and 2016, the left, and in 2016, left and Congress together were our main opponents. Now BJP, especially after the Lok Sabha elections, have emerged as our main opponent. But as I said, that they are quite far away from the halfway mark, not strong enough to pose a challenge. All BJP has are hordes of leaders from Delhi and all over the country descending on Bengal, tons of money being pumped into Bengal, but they have not yet got the Bengali mind, from what I understand. And they have a problem. Their principal campaigner is Narendra Modi. Only language he can speak.
But what's wrong with that? What's wrong with the Prime Minister Narendra Modi being
nothing. Please listen. Please listen to me. Yeah. To strike a chord in the hearts of people, you need to communicate to them in their language, which Narendra Modi cannot, Amit Shah cannot, which Mamata can. So Mamata is at a big advantage compared to them. And this matter of people from outside speaking a non-Bengal language, descending on Bengal, trying to persuade Bengalis, is not taken well. So BJP is at a handicap. And we are obviously highlighting this issue.
So Jaggi, how do you respond to Mr. Roy's argument, which is that the BJP is an outsider in Bengal?
The BJP is not an outsider. I think some of its tallest leaders may not obviously, they're not based in Bengal. Neither the Prime Minister, JP Nadda, Amit Shah, or for that matter, Yogi Adityanath, whoever is going to campaign there, they cannot be seen as locals. That's obvious. But that's like Sonia Gandhi going to Gujarat and saying Maut ka Saudagar. Wasn't she an outsider? So Mamata has the same advantage that, say, Mr. Modi had as Chief Minister in Gujarat. That is there. But whether the question is there is a huge desire for change or not, that will be a decisive factor. So it will be local girl, stand by her, or somebody who wants serious change, because the last 10 years have not been particularly good for Bengal, and there are concerns, especially among the majority community there. Those are the issues that the BJP will think that. So, but it is still...
But what I don't understand this, the problems with the majority community. Jaggi, can you explain yourself, please?
Yeah, I think so. I think there is a huge problem. Many Hindus feel that there is a demographic shift that's happening in West Bengal, just as it happened in Assam. And those things are playing, and a lot of refugees who have come from there, like the Matuas and others who have come there, they have not been given citizenship. They are all the victims of persecution in Bangladesh. And here in Bengal, Mamata tried to block the CAA. I think the BJP's problem has been that it cannot have a CAA in Assam. It needs a CAA in
the thing. That's the BJP's problem. Wouldn't you? You would concede that, Jaggi, wouldn't you? That the BJP cannot have.
It is the BJP's problem that it cannot be two different things in two different states, where one state does not want it, other state, at least the Hindu community is quite okay with it. So that's where the problem is. So the BJP is that it's not delivered on the CAA in West Bengal. If it had delivered, it would have been in a different position.
Jagannathan, how do you look at this? The fact that the BJP is trying its best to come to power in Bengal. After all, it got 18 seats in the Lok Sabha. That's not a small number. And do you feel that they're trying to polarize this election between Hindu and Muslim? And what is it that your party is doing to counter this?
From Mr. Jagannathan's statement, it's clear that BJP's only hope is for polarization between Hindus and Muslims. Now, this is an old BJP ploy. They try it everywhere. That's why Mamata, when she went to Nandigram yesterday, said that she was a Hindu Bengali Brahmin and she knew all the Hindu mantras by heart and she recited them.
But why does she need to do that? After all, she has never done that before.
No, it's necessary when some people opposed to her raise the question that she is a Muslim appeaser. She has to show to the people that no, she is as much a Hindu as anybody else.
So you are following, so Mamata D is then falling into the BJP's trap, which is that she has to show herself.
It's not a trap. It's meeting the BJP challenge head on. But the more serious issue Mr. Jagannathan has raised is regarding the CAA. CAA is the most communally divisive law that has ever been enacted in this country. I have been in Parliament for some time now. I was in the committee which discussed the Citizenship Amendment Bill. And the BJP promised that if this bill is passed, they will give citizenship to all Motuas, people from the scheduled caste in Bengal. Mm-hmm. But ultimately, in the last 1.5 years, they have not been able to form the rules according to that. I'll explain to you why they could not do. Because they tried this CAA and National Register of Citizenship in Assam. That was, of course, done under a Supreme Court decision. The decision given by the same very controversial Ranjan Gogoi. Mm-hmm. Now, they tried to implement the CAA and NRC. What happened ultimately? It was found that of the people who were left out of the NRC, most were Hindus and most of them Bengali Hindus.
Yes.
So BJP realized that it cuts both ways. That if you implement the CAA, then Hindus may get equally affected as it happened in Assam. Those people are still in a limbo. Mm-hmm. So now they do not know how to backtrack from it. They are the great champion of the Hindus. Mamata has offered an easy solution. Mamata has said that why Mothu was this scheduled caste people, they need citizenship. They're here. They're voters. They've got voters card. They've got Aadhaar cards. They've got ration cards. This citizenship bogey was raised by Bengali to earn their sympathy. In India,
Right.
citizenship, you or I, have you got your citizenship card?
Dada, I think Jaggi has already conceded that the BJP has a problem with the CAA.
Serious problem.
Yes, he
Serious
has already conceded that.
problem.
And I'm not sure that anybody else in the BJP would concede it. But he has said
they wouldn't consider. They wouldn't consider. They've let down the Mutwas. They've misled them and then let down them.
Jaggi, what do you make of Saugata Roy's comment, which is that you are caught in a cleft stick?
He's effectively conceded the BJP's point that you have given voter ID cards to people who are not citizens, right? You said Matuas have been given voters ID card, so what's the problem in citizenship?
No, but you haven't made the Matuas, the BJP hasn't made the Matuas citizens, right? And
yeah, correct.
That's the chunk of the population.
So the basic BJP's basic problem is in Assam, where the Assamese Hindus have not accepted the Bengali Hindus as entitled to citizenship after they were struck off from the NRC. The problem relates to NRC there, where a large number of people were left out. The local Assamese do not want the Bengali Hindus who are struck out to be part of the thing.
No,
the
but
BJP
in Bengal, we understand what happened in Assam, but in Bengal, why has the BJP not been able to give citizenship to the Matua community?
No, that's because as long as they've not implemented the rules. Yeah, they haven't formed the rules of the act.
See, the BJP can't hope to do both well in Assam and Bengal if it does the CAA. That's why they have delayed it. My point is they ought to have thought about it a little more and done it more cleanly. But the thing is, both the elections are happening at the same time. If one had happened earlier and one later, they would have had no problem. The issue is both are in the same 2 months. So what do you do?
And one other point I'd like to ask you, Jaggi, is that a couple of years ago, we saw and heard Home Minister Amit Shah talk about Bangladeshi infiltrators, where he said, कि ये दीमक की तरह हैं और मैं उनको बंगाल की खाड़ी में फेंक दूंगा. Now, this time around, the Home Minister has held his breath. He has not talked about Bangladeshi infiltration. There is no mention of the word Dimak. Why has he been so quiet on this front, on Bangladeshi infiltration?
Yeah, basically, it's a logical thing that you can't really deport anybody beyond a handful here and there, right? So that is the reality in all countries.
So has the BJP understood that it cannot use the Bangladeshi infiltration card?
No, it can use the card, but it cannot deport them. It can only deny them citizenship. That is what it can do. And that was the purpose of the CAA. But then because of the elections coming in the same time in both the states, it has not been able to do anything on either state.
Yes, Jyoti.
Dada, so how are you looking at this? The fact that the BJP is not playing the card of the Bangladeshi infiltrators. Do you think that they have had to drop it because India's relations with Bangladesh have been affected by that?
No. Mainly because if there are infiltrators, it's due to the failure of the border security force which guards our borders. And border security force is under the Home Minister Amit Shah. So to accept that there are a large number of infiltrators still entering will be to accept the failure of Amit Shah himself. So you raise a communal issue, then it's difficult to get out of it. That's what BJP has got into, and they will derive no advantage from this.
Last couple of questions. The question to both of you is, why is Bengal become the mother of all battles? Dada, if you could go first.
In one sentence, I'll say that Mamata Banerjee is the only person standing up to Modi. If Mamata Banerjee cannot win, then Modi will drive a steamroller over the rest of the opposition in the country. Mamata is the only one with the gumption, the guts, to really stand up to Modi. That's why Modi is pouring in all his men, money, muscle, materials into Bengal. Because the BJP's authoritarian rule, for it to be successful, They have to ride roughshod over everybody. As long as Mamata is there as Chief Minister of Bengal, they can't do it. That's why it's become a mother of all battles. That's why no others. Tamil Nadu BJP is going to lose in any case. Kerala BJP is going to lose in any case. So Bengal is the mother of battle. Bengal, which is neither in the south nor in the north, somewhere in the east. That's very important.
Jaggi,
That's why Modi is going 20 times, Amit Shah 40 times, Nadda or Chadda, whoever is, 50 times. They consider this their battle to impose their authoritarian rule on Bengal. That's why we are resisting with all our might. And we will win. We'll see that we'll get a clear majority. BJP will not reach 100.
Jaggi, Saugata has a point. The fact is that the BJP is throwing. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has made it almost like a personal challenge for him to win Bengal.
Yeah, it is true, but I don't think the BJP's future depends on whether it wins the assembly. They would want to keep the number of seats they have in the Lok Sabha and occupy the entire opposition space, which they will. Their problem is demographic, because if 27 to 28% of the electorate is not in contention for your vote, then your chances of making it to the halfway mark are low. I mean, relatively low. So that is their problem. But the BJP's big issue is that it needs to spread well beyond the Hindi heartland, and it has done so. It is making some ingress in Andhra and Telangana, and it will probably do so. This thing. Bengal, I think personally that it's not this year, it's 2026. That's where BJP will actually be targeting.
Dada, last question to you. Do you think that the Congress Left Alliance and the Furfura Sharif cleric Abbas Siddiqui, will that cut into your vote? After all, the TMC and Mamata has a huge dependence on minorities.
I'll not take Abbas Siddiqui. I'll not take Siddiqui seriously, but Congress, CPM, the more votes they get is advantageous for us. It will divide the anti-CPM votes. But unfortunately, their strength is not such that they can get many seats. So ultimately, it will be left to us to fight the BJP. Thank you, Jyoti.
Thank you so much, Roy, Mr. Jagannathan. Thank you for joining us.